Plains sweep clouds, the ozone layer goes, the air is warmer, the wind is colder, the tap water sour. When we walk to her, she's got the Stroud green glower. You need that in London these days. Donate to the bridge trolls, see how that pays. City boys on 40k, dealers with 2 PAs. Hip kids on the minimum wage, convinced their art's the latest craze, the prolonged gap year that never pays. For their parents, it's a moral maze, the manic depression in the purple haze. Welcome to Beatnik Vehicle. I saw your tweet about your tweet that got retweeted by that celebrity. You've gone viral, and we've peaked. I've gone vinyl. You're running retweet totals 4,921, 2, 3. I'm opening a gym. Instead of Spotify, we're having Gonna Fly now. You know, bum 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 bum. Like you and me have peaked, like in between Rocky 3 and Creed. I've measured out my life in Rocky tunes. At the Four Quarters Arcade in the old Olympics Media Centre, the yuppies come and go, arguing over who gets to play the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle machine as Michelangelo. Do you get it, Richard?
I get
T.S.
that.
Eliot, Four Quarters, Michelangelo, coffee spoons. I've measured out my life in coffee. I've measured out my life in Rocky tunes. Thinking they're Japanese, because they play a bit of Sega, like that wrestler. Bang. Kenny Omega. Every week in a different broadsheet, there's a story about how the British need to start working like the Japanese, and the British do work like the Japanese. Look at the shops that survive that are independent on your high street. Off licenses, barbers, open 6 a.m. till 8 p.m, 2 to 3 days a week. You know, the British, you know, we're the Japanese drunk. We never quite get anything done. It's the Peter principle. There'll always be a kink in the link. And I've not been to Tokyo, but I imagine it's a bit like 2019 London. You know, commuters coming and going, toing and froing, might as well be yo-yoing. Post Rosh Hashanah lunch on the North End Road by the old Hippodrome where the Beatles played. It looks quite nice now. It's a mosque that has Sunny hours all out of down. My IBS hits. It's been long enough. I'm nice to cafe owners and I'm skinned. Can pass it off as a piss, and by the time I come back, shit, you can smell it. It's been forecast for months, ever since the Cricket World Cup, and it's all come at once. On a hill, the drains are overflowing. To the honeysuckle at the ICA, I've got to be going. There's a car they're no longer towing, a lawn that needs mowing, bit of hoeing, the dirt that covers the nuclear glowing. I am Edgar Allan Poeing. Can you hear the jackdaw crowing? And where I live is great for London, but for life it grates. It's gone a bit Philip Larkin. Neighbours arguing about the parking, the homeless barking, Romanians and Bulgarians sparking, upper class Jews getting noise complaints for making too much noise at 3 a.m. on Saturdays after the Shabbos breaks, kids crying because the neighbours are complaining. It's a bit of an advert for anti-Semitism, those guys, and I know I should, you know, focus. Gym, half an hour a day, fading aches, but I'm not a shareholder, I'm going to raise the stakes. Not a shareholder, I'll raise the stakes. Time to pack my bags, unpack my skates. I'm gonna take a risk with the fates. If anyone gets this reference, it's called Subtitles for a reason. Week in the lakes, reasonable rates, wintry March. In a square festooned with beefy policemen, Napoleon. Wait, even you wouldn't get that one, Richard, would you? It's like half man, half biscuit. They said, do you know about Wahlburgers? That's a great show about Mark Wahlberg's family's restaurant. It's a 4 or 5 series of it. But no, half man, half biscuit said, week in the lakes, reasonable rates, early September, and something else that rhymes with this that even I've forgotten. I made the reference, put it Subtitles for a reason. That's by album 2, 8 years in. You can start referencing things where you're just referencing yourself and people still kind of get it. In a square festooned with beefy policemen, Extinction Rebellion have come and gone. Nelson's lost a hand again. Bonaparte, de Gaulle, get the best of him. I've got a little time for this marching road show. But on Saturday from 12 till late, There's that woman in that paper edited by George Osborne talking at that march organised by Peter Mandelson. And even for the Evening Standard, she made the worst headline in a paper that day had a headline about an iceberg hotel where to make it 60 stories high, 30 feet of it's underground. You're never going to fucking get that bill. There was literally a headline that said, "In Between a Star buys a grown-up flat." It was 2 weeks ago. I've made a photo montage of it. Check my Instagram every day, a photo of the same tower block. There was a headline there was an article on William and Kate going to a glacier where William said directly, "I was well impressed by how he remembered his A-level geography." And yet this woman from the People's Vote March made fucking John McDonnell look like, I don't know, Harold Wilson. She said you have to bring your Fitbit along. And the headline was, "From code breakers to ultra runners, and with black shoes we salute you." Literally next to her, Nick Clegg's wife had a story about technology helping people, and she made her seem sane. The dirt that covers the nuclear clothing, and I'm just Edgar Allan Poeing. The religious right are unknowing, the atheist liberals are seemingly all-knowing, and that's worse. I'm turning into Leonard Cohen. The captain of the ship was stowing. Now he's off Ken's bike in a canal boat rowing. Want to hear a poem? Let's see, how do we end this? I've been single for a year, except for sporadically sexting an ex, and now me and her just kvetch about depression. She's started her own business, doing really well, working with her heroes, thinking about becoming a lesbian, and the ex from a year ago was a ball of aggression. She downed the vodkas while I nursed a session. I'm a privileged product. I'm not stripping, this is the end of it. Of an 11-year recession, a twice broken dam of emotional suppression, telling a potential new boss I'm making a great second impression, rebuilding the skills to have any discretion, till then as loaded as Catholic confession. Let's see, how long else have I got? This goes on a while. Frame 7:32. I feel that's all right. Now I'm just gonna 2 more bars, leave it. Make it seem like I'm actually all right, and I've just built a body of work. I'll flirt with the right just to make a little money. You can't tell me that ain't funny. Well, I mean, yeah. Thanks.